welcome back to the Doctor Who Marathon. I'm your host McEdam, and today we're going to be talking about Death to the Daleks, written by Terry Nation and directed by Michael Bryant. My copy is actually from the DVD file collection. For those of you who don't know, the DVD files were a magazine that, the Doctor Who DVD files was a magazine that was published years ago, and each issue would come with a DVD, usually a classic Doctor Who story or two episodes of the new series, and they would have no special features. It's like a very plain thing, and like the back and stuff. It's got like the 2007 logo. Yeah. So very strange, and what's even stranger is that when you actually put it in the DVD player and you actually watch it, the menu screen is the menu screen from the 2005 DVDs. But then when you press play, it actually then plays the classic Doctor Who. So I just found it really amusing, and it's like the normal issues, the to entertain DVDs. You've got a reversible DVD cover, so you can either have John Sims staring at you on the side. If you collect them, the spines would come in like a picture, like so all the spines would match up. Or you could flip it away and just have a generic spine. So there you go. The thing as well is that I've actually got a few of these. I had them for free when somebody I knew gave them to me for free because they knew I was interested in Doctor Who. But I don't collect these ones, mainly because they don't have special features, and mainly because I just prefer the main series of DVDs. So I had these special DVDs that I got for free and I haven't touched. But I didn't have Death to the Daleks on the normal DVD, so I actually had to watch it here. And this is actually my first time watching a DVD file DVD. Try to say that 10 times fast. DVD files DVD, then DVD files DVD, DVD files DVD. Anyway. So this is a 4-part adventure, and it sees Sarah Jane Smith meet the Daleks for the first time. But yeah, let's just delve into the story. So it starts off with the Doctor and Sarah Jane planning to go onto a lovely planet that they were planned to go in from at the end of the invasion of the dinosaurs. So a nice little continuity there. However, the power keeps getting drained from the TARDIS. Not even like torches work. There's no power getting through. And so they basically have to be forced to go outside and explore this world. Exelon, which for some reason is draining lots of power from any electronic equipment. And this first episode, like Invasion of the Dinosaurs, the first episode is just absolutely gorgeous. And especially the scene set at night. Something about it. Michael Bryant here does a fantastic job directing in night in this particular story, and yeah, and some of my favourite sets include the citizens of this planet, I can't remember what they're called, Exions. They have like a little cave that they worship to, and every time they're there, you can hear chanting in the background, which brings back a lot of memories of the Daemons, when there's like evil chanting in the background. So I really like the look of this story. Even when it's set during the day, it looks surprisingly well, as the Doctor goes out first because Sarah Jane wants to go back in the TARDIS to get some clean clothes because she was in basically beach clothes, but this place is freezing. However, the Doctor is soon captured by some citizens and is taken prisoner, only to be saved by a human colonist who are on this planet to try and get a chemical, which is apparently a cure for a disease that's going around spreading across the universe. So quickly the story seems to split between the Doctor and Sarah Jane. And here, this story is paced very well. You get the Doctor basically exploring more of the human side and more of the thing. And then you've got Sarah Jane slowly learning about the citizens of this planet. And she gets really spooked out with some of these statues that are there. Or they might be petrified as well. And she sees this enormous, beautiful city. And she touches it and she doesn't know it's like forbidden. So she gets captured and taken and stuff and is set to be sacrificed. Only for our human characters to see a ship that's about to land, and they believe it's another group of people coming to help with their search for this mineral. Now, it's pretty obvious from the title what's going to happen. It's going to come out, and we're going to get the Daleks. Now, the Daleks here have a new design. I don't think they ever used it again. When we see them next time, they would go back to their mostly black look from Day of the Daleks and Planet of the Daleks. But here they have a really cool design. They got like I don't know if you can see it very well. You can see one behind John Pertwee there. They've got like a silver and black look with the black only really highlighting elements, but they're mostly silver. I really like this design. It makes them feel more metallic and more like they are, like the machine bits are machines. Which is a feeling I think doesn't actually get replicated until the Daleks were brought back in 2005. So, props to that. Well, they are kind of... The original 60s Daleks designs also had that quality. But, in fact, these are basically like those Daleks, because those stories were in black and white, and this story has the colour scheme black and white, because, you know, silver is just a shiny white. So that's really, really cool. So there you go. However, something lets these Daleks down. Now, a lot of people who watch the story always complains about the music. Now, I disagree for the most part. I think the majority of the music is actually not only good but fantastic. I especially like it, the scenes to do with the city, which has this really ominous, almost godly feeling to it. Or when we're talking about the savages, the music gets really savagey, I guess. But the Death to the Dalek introduces probably the first leitmotif of the Daleks. Leitmotif is a soundtrack, is a theme song that follows the characters in the story. So I think this is the first story. I could be wrong, so don't quote me. But I think this is the first story that has a leitmotif for the Daleks. And the Death to the Dalek theme is absolutely terrible, and it ruins any threat that they have. I mean, you've got this really iconic scene. You know, the humans think they're going to get other humans. The Doctor's there waiting. The doors open. You hear the Doctor go, Daleks! And then you see them pop out in a really cool, coming into the frame, and then they're just going, fire, fire, fire! And they start shooting, and that's the cliffhanger. But what completely ruins it is that goddamn music. And it plays almost every time the Daleks are on screen. Why this music was chosen, I have no idea. I don't even think it's a good song. Like, even if it was played for laughs, it's just annoying, generic, and just not a good piece of music. Yeah, a lot of people want me to talk about the music. So that's my opinion, is that it's only really the Dalek theme in this story that is particularly bad. Most of the music is actually surprisingly really good. But yeah, the Dalek theme, not so much. Now, in part 2, we discovered that the Daleks' guns aren't actually working because they're powered by electricity, and this planet absorbs the energy. So the Daleks have become powerless, and we get a very unique situation in which the Daleks and the Doctor are basically forced to work together, though the Doctor keeps telling the humans that the Daleks are known to betray. The Daleks are known to betray people as soon as they get what they want. So whatever you do, don't trust them. Now, the leader seems to be, smart and about this, and a few of the humans. But this one character, he has a big ego, and though he doesn't trust the Daleks per se, he does want to get as much benefit from working with them. So there's a huge theme about resources and how we should be cautious about giving it to others, because the Daleks really want to use it for ransom, but the Daleks tell the Doctor that the Daleks are also suffering from this disease. So if they find this cure, they're going to split it between the Daleks and the humans. But the Daleks are going to betray them, obviously, because they're Daleks. And the Doctor then gets a human crew, and 2 or 3 Daleks get captured by the Exilons because the Daleks' guns don't work. And there's a very iconic scene. It's on the cover, in which the Exilons attack a Dalek and his head explodes. I don't know why it's so iconic. Maybe it's because in a story called Death to the Daleks, it's a scene in which a Dalek dies. So maybe, it's on the cover. It's on the novelization book. It's just this scene of the Dalek getting blown up on a sandy wasteland is just strangely memorizing. You watch it, it's like, bloody hell, I'm seeing something iconic. Even though it's just a Dalek prop being destroyed in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, so the Doctor gets there in time to see Sarah Jane being sacrificed, but he stops it. He rushes in and attacks anyone who tries to harm her. And so the Exons put them all into prison, and the Doctor basically says that he hasn't stopped anything, he's just postponing their eventual death. And we get Sarah Jane being introduced basically to a Dalek, which is powerless at the moment. And you've got this whole like evil, enchanted, savage element to this. But back at the Dalek ship, the Daleks have been working on a new gun for themselves. I really like this gun. It's not a laser, it's an actual projectile, like a normal gun. So you don't get the silly laser effects or something. It's a proper shotgun music, and it really helps emphasize the story as a much more serious compared to previous Dalek stories, where they felt a little bit more sci-fi, a bit more like space dramas, space operas. Here it's more like a war story, just so happened to be set on space. So I really like this new gun, and I really wish they actually kept it. It might have been a little bit too violent, but I don't know. I think it's better than the laser. However, the first time we see them testing the gun out is probably the funniest thing ever. The Daleks test their guns on a miniaturized model of a telephone police box. Yeah, they practice on little toy TARDISes. What? See, this story is really good, and it surprisingly takes itself extremely seriously. But you get some really silly moments like that. You got the Daleks theme, the Daleks using little prop TARDISes. Do they always have these TARDISes? Do little baby Daleks practice with these? Where did they get them? How did Daleks even make them? They don't even have any hands. It doesn't make any sense, but I love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So these Daleks then go and attack the Exxons, basically freeing the other Daleks, and in the confusion, the Doctor and Sarah get chucked into a pit, to which they realise that there should be a monster in there. And the Daleks go after them because, the Daleks are there and they attack them. And the Dalek gets encounter with a root of the city, which attacks the Dalek and kills it. So yeah, there's a lot of Dalek deaths, which is surprising considering that they're supposed to be the most dangerous creatures in the universe. However, the Doctor and Sarah meet a group of nice, less religious group of Exxons who basically explain that the savage ones, the religious ones, basically worship the city, which they explained like many years ago, before there was life on most planets. They were one of the most highly advanced civilizations in the universe who made a city that's so powerful with its technological advances, it actually became sentient. However, the city became self-aware and was terrified of its creators, so it killed most of them, and some of them then went to worship the city and started sacrificing to it, whilst there was a small group of them, which is the ones we're seeing now, who want to destroy the city as much as possible because it's taking all the energy out from their planet. So the Doctor goes on a mission with one of the Exxons to go into the city and try and turn it off. Now, what's strange about here is that as soon as we get this little subplot with the Doctor going into the city, Sarah Jane is just completely gone. You don't really hear much of her until the very end, really. She has a little bit where the Daleks have got the humans prisoner and Sarah Jane tries to release them. And one of the scenes, even I admit this is even a really stupid scene and I hate it, in which Sarah Jane and one of the girls, they pretend to escape. They just hide behind some rocks. And Dalek thinks that it's failed, and it just starts chanting, "I have failed, I have failed, I have failed," and just powers down and dies. It killed itself because it lost 2 prisoners, which I guess does kind of work because the Daleks are supposed to be this fascist dictatorship, and which should have no signs of weakness. So I guess it does kind of work. But the fact, like, literally, if they could be defeated by that, they could be defeated by anything. Come on, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I do genuinely hate that scene. But it's only a scene, and it's only just a little plot point to get the story forward. So anyway, back to the Doctor. He teams up with his Exxon, who basically becomes his companion for the rest of the story. And they go into the city, and each time they go into a different room, they have a different task. And one of them is actually a maze game that you find like on a newspaper game, and I just find it hilarious. And one of the cliffhanger, the story, fun fact, the episode 3 was actually running a little bit short. So they had to change the cliffhanger. The original cliffhanger was the Doctor trying to work out the first puzzle to get into the city. However, Daleks come around around the corner and start firing. However, the episode was running too short, so that was pushed into like like 10 minutes before the ending. And the actual cliffhanger is just the Doctor and the Exelon walk in. The Doctor nonchalantly just says, "Keep back." And it shows a shot of the floor, and it's just like a checker floor. Now, we don't know at this point why it's a threat, but that's the cliffhanger. It is hilarious. It's unintentionally funny. I don't blame the production team by any stretch of the word. But if somebody doesn't like this, I'm not going to be too strong on trying to defend it, because it is a generally silly moment. But as long as you know that the production team didn't actually want this to be the cliffhanger, and it wasn't, this scene wasn't originally shot to be a cliffhanger. So yeah, just some more silly stuff. So the Doctor then goes into the city and basically tries to give it a mental breakdown. And whilst this is going on, whilst this is going on, the city starts producing humanoid antibodies to try to defend itself. However, it fails, and the Doctor basically proceeds in basically destroying it. And so they start running from the city, and it explodes, and all the power is free, and most of the humans get to escape. And but one human is still on the Dalek ship, in hiding, and he has a bomb that blows up the Dalek ship. And the Doctor's like, "Oh no, the Cure was on the Dalek ship. The Daleks were taking some Exelon's prisoners and some of the humans, and they were taking the mineral onto the Dalek ship." However, Sarah Jane explains that whilst the Daleks weren't looking, they actually swapped it. So in the Daleks' possession, it was only just boxes of sand, whilst the actual mineral was on the human ship. So everything is safe and done, and that's death to the Daleks. So it's surprisingly, it's a very strange story. It has some issues. Most of them are unintentionally funny, that actually helps with the charm of this story. But for the most part, it's actually a really good, engaging experience, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, that's Death to the Daleks. So join me next time, where we go back to a familiar place, and the Doctor encounters another of his enemies again. So join me next time for The Monster of Peladon. See you then on the Doctor Who Marathon. Ta-ra.